We're out here on strike today in an unfair labor practice strike against BP. What we're striking for is we're trying to get adequate staffing at our facilities on both the operations and maintenance side. This is an ongoing safety issue with people working lots of hours, 12-hour shifts, 18-hour shifts. Some people have worked up to 20-hour shifts. That's one of our biggest issues. It's one of the biggest things that led to the incident in 2005 at Texas City where they killed 15 workers. And we've had it in our last 2 contracts, but the issue has never been addressed. So we're out here trying to get a safer workplace, not only for us, but also for the community.
Safety over profits.
Safety first, no scabs here.
These are members from Local 7-1, their friends, their families, there's people from the community. We came down here to rally, to show support for the striking members that are on strike, which includes about 1,100 dues-paying members against Whiting BP Refinery, and they have been on strike since February the 8th. And we brought our fight downtown to let the corporate people here at BP headquarters know that we're not going away, that we want a fair contract, and this is the reason we're down here.
One day stronger! One day stronger! One day stronger!
Well, the strike occurred at the national level. There's 2 levels of bargaining, one at the national, one at the local. Last week, the national package settlement was reached, and that included terms of the agreement and wages. That has yet to be put on the table at the various locations. That will still go forward, but local issues and Whiting will prevent us from getting an agreement, even though the national package has been tentatively reached and settled at other locations.
We say fight back! We say fight back!
It was 48 hours after we had the victory on the national level. However, we still knew that we still had a lot of local issues that were not worked out and still needed to be addressed. Some of those things are fatigue issues, the union bargaining rights, those things that affect our maintenance workers. You know, the company is trying to outsource some of the routine maintenance, and we want to keep those jobs with our 7-1 members. They work on our equipment, our operators operate our equipment, so who better to work on our equipment in the most safe and basically the most safe way than the ones that know the equipment. We're not in any form or shape attempting to take jobs away from other union members. We encourage the company to hire for short staffing areas and to contract out those new contracts that are coming up, those new projects within the refinery. Basically, with that and them trying to take the union bargaining rights away, we just like them to hear our voice.
Save refinery, save lives! Save refinery, save lives!
It's not about the money. Everybody thinks that it's about the money. It's about safety. We're not working safely if we're tired and we can't get the proper rest. 6 hours in between a shift is not sufficient enough rest, and some of us are forced to work that way.
Safety matters! Safety matters!
People need to understand we're not making Legos. We're dealing with some of the most dangerous chemicals, the most flammable chemicals that you could even deal with. Of course, there's a huge process. We produce more than just crude oil. There's several things that we produce, and the danger in it is it affects not just the communities that the refinery sits in, which is Hammond, Whiting, and East Chicago, but it affects the people that travel through. It affects the health and safety of those residents in those areas. Of course, it directly affects us because we're there. We're inside the refinery. You know, they're not fixing certain equipment, and you know, we've got leaks that could potentially, you know, cause long-term danger to our bodies. And these are the same things that they're releasing out in the air. Like right now, they've had several issues of flaring since we've been out. Of course, we don't know that to be normal operations, but that's what they want to tell us. Our operators know that's not normal operations. There's some type of issue. What the exact issue is, of course, we don't know that because we're on the outside. But the people that know that equipment, that run that refinery, they're outside. So everybody's in danger. There's a grave danger. You got contractors that don't know the refinery, don't know the chemicals, you know, they just kind of just put them there in whatever unit to try to get through right now. And it's not safe. Nobody in the area is safe.